Okay, so the next question that we have on the menu is how do we solve the area of a circle? Let's see if I can draw a nice circle here. Um, so if this is our circle, the area of the circle is just what is enclosed inside. Well, let's say right here, that's the center of our circle. To find the area of the circle, there's a couple ways that we can do this. Either that we know the diameter or we know the radius. And if you know one, you know the other. So we know that radius. Radius times 2 is equal to diameter. So I'll draw what the radius is. So this is the radius. Often we will call it just r. And the diameter, being twice that, is like this. And this is the diameter. The reason why both of them are important is, let's say you're trying to measure the radius of a hole in the ground. Well, it's very tough to know the exact center of the hole in the ground, so it's a lot easier in that type of scenario to use a diameter. But if you know one, you can easily find the other. So to find the area of this circle, we know that the area of circle, let's call that A. A for area. Makes sense to me. The area of a circle is pi times the radius squared, which is also pi times 1/2 the diameter squared, which is equal to pi times diameter over 4. Okay, so these are different ways that you can solve. You're going to want to use this one, diameter times pi divided by 4, or you can just do radius. Oh, that should be diameter squared. My bad. Diameter squared divided by 4 times pi, or you can just do pi times r squared. And if you didn't know, pi is a very, very special number in mathematics. Pi is a beautiful number. It is 3.1415, and it goes on and on and on. There's actually no final number of pi, but realistically, in most cases, you can get away with just using like 3.14. But if you want more precision, you can of course add more decimal points. It's just adding decimal points is not necessarily going to make you more and more precise after a certain point. Okay, so this is how you would calculate the area of a circle. Let's run an example. Let's say we found a cup, and the opening of the top of the cup is perfectly circular, and we found the diameter is equal to 3 centimeters. Now, a cup is a nice example because we can't necessarily measure the radius directly because, it's a hole in the cup. So, we can just get a ruler, go from end to end of the opening of the cup, and that will give us the diameter. So, if we want to find the area, we know that it's pi over 4 times diameter squared. If the diameter is 3 centimeters, remember always include your units when you can. It's important to have your units because let's say the diameter is 3 centimeters and you just put 3 and then your area is like a number and you don't have the units. Well, is that centimeters? Is that kilometers? Is that kilograms? We don't really know. So that's why it's always important to have your units. So I'm going to pull out my trusty calculator. And I will do pi. Pi divided by 4 times the radius, which is 3, and we're going to multiply by 3 again, because that's what it means by a squared. So we know that the area, in this case, is going to be 0.069 centimeters squared. Now, keep in mind, when we square this, we know that the centimeter, the unit, has to be squared as well. That's why we have square units, and like a square centimeter is a square that is 1 centimeter tall and 1 centimeter wide. Well, I guess it has to be 1 centimeter wide if it is a square, after all. So that would be an example of how you can calculate the area of a circle. It's all coming full circle now. Great. So the above answer is great. So the above solution is correct. Cool. So we can move on to the next question.